How are you feeling today?
Pardon?
I asked you how you're feeling.
Not well, but I shall live to see the 4th. Be the 50th anniversary of our independence.
Tomorrow is the 4th.
Thank you, Patsy. I've lived a fine life. A full life should I live to tomorrow.
Grandfather, will you tell me about your life in the Revolution?
My life in the Revolution. Very well. It was much like you when I was but a young boy. I grew up in a very wealthy home. Here in Virginia, I was very fortunate, as I was able to attend college at the age of 17. I began my political career when I was elected to the House of Burgesses. That year I began to build this very home. Soon after, I met your mother. God bless her. She was the love of my life. The most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. She was much more graceful than I. Funnier and certainly more charming also. Then we were married. And then my beautiful child was born. But then war started brewing. The Tea Act was passed, and finally the people realized their rights were being repressed by the British. My heart goes out to those men who threw the tea into the harbor. It was inspiring. They were standing up for themselves. And what great fun it must have been. From then on out, life was speeding up. And soon, we had a war on our hands.
This is mad. If the Redcoats catch us, they'll have our heads.
We can't allow the Brits to keep stomping all over us. They are tyrants.
We need a way to unite others like us. We need to spread the word of the king's tyranny. We are a sea away from the king, yet he insists on belittling us. If we can list his crimes for the people to see, we will set fire to Parliament. This report will burn, along with their control.
Adams should draft the Constitution. Surely he's the best candidate for the job.
Surely not I. Jefferson will serve as a more effective writer.
Very well.
A toast to liberty.
To bravery.
To representation.
To life.
To America!
Hear, hear, hear!
I swore upon the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man. That year I was elected to the Virginia House of Delegates, where I revised the Virginia laws. Later I served as governor of Virginia. However, the war was still on, and I was a wanted man. Jack Jouett came to warn me that British General Cornwallis sent troops to capture me. I watched the redcoats through my telescope. As soon as I saw them, I gathered my family with haste. We ran, and stayed at a nearby farm. Cornwallis was unsuccessful.
Remember that day?
Yes. That year, I lost my dearest friend and wife. She was my only love. I promised her that I would never marry again.
Say, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Marquis de Lafayette? Well, France and Britain had been fighting for a long time. So once we declared war on Britain, many Frenchmen decided to support us in our quest for independence.
While I was governor, Marquis de Lafayette volunteered to assist the Patriots without pay. Congress commissioned him as a major general. He and George Washington planned to attack Benedict Arnold, and as he marched to Virginia, our paths crossed.
I assure you have my support. Virginia will be indebted to you.
Merci, your words are very kind.
I shall try to do my best. Although, I'm afraid that I won't be able to offer you any adequate supplies. I will order any available supplies to be sent to you immediately. My apologies, but you'll have to expect oxen, not horses. Scouts are the best sea vessels I can offer.
Thank you for your support, monsieur. It is greatly appreciated. Ils enverront les fournitures bientôt. Thank you for your support.
Au revoir.
Allons-y, onward!
After the war had finished, I spent 5 years in France as a minister. I absolutely adored it there.
What a lovely trip that was.
Oh, the first winter was horrid. I spent months sick in bed. Nevertheless, I enjoyed the people, the wine, and the architecture.
Do you remember the Champs-Élysées?
Oh, how could I forget?
When I came back, I served as Secretary of State under President Washington. Once the revolution in France began, I wanted to support the French people. They had helped us in our own revolution, so I felt that we were indebted to them. However, President Washington insisted on our neutrality, and once I'd heard of the horrors of the guillotine, I agreed.
Then, in the War of 1812...
Wait, grandfather. What about when you were president? No, please, grandfather.
Oh, all right. When I was running for presidency, a special election took place in the House of Representatives to decide whether I would assume the presidency or rather Aaron Burr.
Oh, that man! He caused so much unnecessary hassle. He gave me headaches, that man. Burr went off to try to make himself the king of New England after I won the election. He got into a row with Alexander Hamilton. I had done so also, although we were merely political opponents. Hamilton, however, insisted during the election that I was the lesser of two evils. I suppose he was right. Burr took it upon himself to challenge Hamilton to a duel, and murdered him in the process.
A lunatic that man was. My first term was splendid. I'm glad that I decided to purchase the Louisiana Territory. We have so much room to expand, to spread American virtue and to gain knowledge.
And then you sent Lewis and Clark to explore the territory, right, grandfather?
That I did.
Ah, yes. They were two fine young men. Very smart and very cunning. I couldn't have chosen better explorers.
So we're going that way then?
No, we're going this way.
No, I'm pretty sure it's that way.
No, we're going this way. I'm sure.
Yes, we do go that way. But if we follow the creek, we'll reach the trail faster.
No, that way leads to the trail.
Let's at least scout out the area.
Alone you are!
Wait. It's a bear cub.
I don't see its mother anywhere.
After hearing about grizzly bears from Lewis and Clark, Captain Zebulon Pike sent me 2 grizzly bear cubs from the southern region of the Continental Divide. They were fascinating, however, they were too dangerous and troublesome for me to keep.
I want a grizzly bear as a pet.
Certainly not.
If only they weren't so dangerous. My second term as president didn't go as I'd planned. France and Britain were at it again. I tried to maintain a peaceful relationship with them both, but it wasn't meant to be. British ships began to seize American ships in neutral ports. I felt it was best to follow George Washington's path of neutrality, so I requested Congress to pass the Embargo Act, which closed United States ports to exports and placed restrictions on imports. Oh, I had a horrible time with that.
Now, Father,
I know, I shouldn't get so worked up over it.
you had a reunion with Marquis de Lafayette not that long ago.
Yes, it was grand. How marvelous it was to see him after all these years. He had mounted soldiers to escort him, and we had a lovely dinner. I wish he would visit again. And the College of Virginia opened just last year. I'm so glad to see so many students enrolled.
I want to go there when I'm old enough.
You'll be the brightest man there.
Come, George, your grandfather needs to rest.
Is it the 4th?
Little malfunction. Our tripod fell. Get it, Gretchen. Get it. Get it. Her phone almost went in with it. Yeah, high class society. Bree, you have anything to say? Bree.
Let's take a moment
Bree.
to warm up our hands. Bree's breathing. Bree is dying.
Bree's breathing.
Grandfather, will you tell me?
3, 2.
Right.
3, 2. 3, 2.
Grandfather.
Gretchen! I got chalk on my hand.
2, 3, 2.
Why'd you laugh?
A toast to liberty.
Oh, I can't see your glass. Oh, sorry.